Welcome to Shul Machshava on the Daf. The Shir for the month of Elul is sponsored by the Mendelbaum family. Le'ilui Nishmas Rab Chaim ben Elio Tzvi Halevi Zichron Livrocha. We're holding in Chulin Daf Kuf Yudalit. And Amud Beis, the Gemara starts the sugya of how do we know that Basar B'cholov is Asur B'achila and Asur B'hana. And the pasuk the Gemara brings in this daf is the pasuk of Kol Sheti Avtilecha. Whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu said is Te'eva, Harei Rebal Toichel. You can't eat it. Te'eva means it's something bad. The fact that when the Basar V'cholov, when it's Mizbashel, when you have a Bishul, it is a Te'eva because it says Lo Yisef Hashel, so immediately you can't eat it. And the Sefer Emunas Chachamim, the Sefer was written to come and prove that the Kabbalah has merit and it's much greater than philosophy. And there in Perek Ches, he comes and says that every mitzvah is something be'etzem, something which is a real thing. It's not only, don't think that some mitzvahs is only a precaution to come and stop someone from doing something else. The mitzvahs are be'etzem what the Kadosh Baruch Hu wants, and anything that was said in the Torah, it becomes a cheftza of whatever the thing was said about it. As the famous Chakira, that the difference between a mitzvah d'Rabban and a mitzvah d'Oraisa, so mitzvah d'Oraisa is a cheftza of Issur. If a Torah says something is Issur, it becomes a cheftza of Issur. So in Sefer Emunas Chachamim brings a raya from our Gemara. Kol shetiavtecha harei bal toichel. Don't think that the issue of bishul basar v'cholov is only in order for you not to eat it. It's a precaution. It's some kind of prevention. Don't cook it till you come to eat it. No, cooking itself is davar which is asur b'etzem. And even though, as someone in the first should point out, that the losh of the Rambam is that bishul is only bishul that brings la'achila, but the way they explain it is that it needs to be the type of bishul that could be eaten once it's mevushal. But that's how you define the bishul. But when the Torah comes and says that something was mevushal, says the Gemara over here, kol shetiavtech, it's already te'eva. It's not only something to come and stop one from doing something else. It's be'etzem something which is asur. Now in the Chas Sefer, in Yoredeo, in Siman Tzadik Beis, he comes and says that there's a chiluk between bishul on Shabbos and a bishul basar b'cholov. And the Chas Sefer says in a short line that by Shabbos, the Issur of bishul is to have something which exists in the world and stays in the world. Masha'inken, when you're talking about bishul basar b'cholov, the item doesn't have to stay in the world. Even if it evaporates, even if it's not there, it's still Issur bishul. The Likutei Ha'aris, which is a sefer written on the Shut Chazav Sefer, to come and give all the Ha'aris that the Achronim say, he brings over there that the Pshat and the Chazav Sefer, when the Chazav Sefer is coming to address, is that there's a Shaila that was brought down to the Shus Yankiv. If you're allowed to use the candles of Chanukah with candles that were made out of butter that was cooked in a fleishik pot. And the Shoyal asked on the Shus Yaakov, he says, when you burn it, it right away evaporates, when you don't have anything left. So therefore, it should not be a problem basar v'cholov. The Shus Yaakov says no, it's not considered to be that it evaporates right away. But the concept, see, that doesn't bother Shus Yaakov that it goes away. Says the Likutei Ha'aris, that's the Chasov is going to address. Chasov is going to say that by basar v'cholov, I don't need something that remains there in order for it to be bishul basar v'cholov. Bishul basar v'cholov is a problem b'etzem. And this connects to what the Emunas Chachamim tells us. Kol shetiavtecha. If I have here this bishul is be'etzem te'eva. So it doesn't matter if you have anything left. By Melechas Shabbos, you have a din, Melechas Machshavos, Asur Torah, and only something that was Asur in the Mishkan, they did it in the Mishkan, so then you have it. Something which just goes away, that's now one of the Melachos that were in the Mishkan. But the Issur that you have, Lagabi Basar v'cholov, is Kol shetiavtecha, it's te'eva be'etzem, so even though there's nothing left, there's also going to be something which is Asur, and that's a Pshat in this Chazal Sefer. And this connects to the Divrei Tikkun Zoya that we started the parak with. So you brought the Tikkun Zoya that tells us that the Basar v'cholov, Reb Shir Bar Yochai asked Eliyahu Novi to explain the Issur Basar v'cholov, and Eliyahu Novi comes and says that connecting Basar v'cholov is the idea of kilayim. The same way you're not allowed to connect together, have a mixed breed of animals, so you're not allowed to have a connection of Basar v'cholov. And then we brought the other Zoya that says the Basar v'cholov, Basar is connected din, Cholov is connected chesed. You can't connect them, you can't combine them together. The idea is that we have things that need to be separated be'etzem. And according to this Havana, this davar pashut. Bishul basar v'chalav is a bishul be'etzem. It's a problem be'etzem. That's why only basar v'chalav have an issur of bishul. Have an issur of just cooking it. Why do I have an issur cooking? because the problem is of combining the basar chalav and making it into one. It's not only if you eat it, it's not only that prevention from one not to come to have basar chalav together, but it's something bad of telling you that basar chalav is something which should not be combined. It's a problem similar to kinaim, and merely it's kol shetiavtecha on the bishul itself. Anyone who wants to join or sponsor Shomachshava Shiurim, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.